All right, I'm here with Devontae, who, despite showing up late for the first round, ended up getting a place in Nationals next month, and he did it with probably like the black sheep of the World Martial Arts tournaments, Ooh. So tell us about Ooh and why you chose him.
So I chose Oob out of the memes, and then I had seen the Marcel Russell list, and I had just thought to myself, well, I feel like I could probably make it a little more competitive.
Sure.
No doubt that his list was probably the best. But Oob says when you swing, you draw like most other leaders, so you untap 2. When you awaken, it's 10. And then on the backside, when you swing, you draw a card, and then this is like the best skill I've ever seen. It's not once per turn, it's activate main, choose one of your life, bounce or take it to your hand, and then choose one of your opponent's card, no size restriction or anything like that, and you get to bounce it to their hand. So like if I'm playing against Cell Chain or anything that doesn't have barrier, it's so perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know it wasn't once per turn either, so that's really handy.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Read the card, and I didn't know it also gained 5k.
Yeah.
Wasn't adding that in until about round 4.
Yeah. So cool. All right. So it's which else you got in there?
As the one of, I play flute.
Yeah.
As most blue leaders should.
Sure.
Then I also had 2 latent ability, or shocking latent ability.
Yeah.
It's for Oob. It's just a pseudo super combo, but you have to pay 1.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm probably definitely going to change it to Zeno's button.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have enough time to put it in, so I just put these in.
Yeah.
Any other blue deck? Playing 4 Senzu Beans.
Yep.
Everybody know what it does.
Yeah. Pretty standard.
I played Hand Up Announcer. I say it's Hand Up 1.
Yeah.
It's Ever Curious.
Yeah.
It's the one that you look at top 7, get to choose World Tournament, add it to your hand. It just helped me find the pieces I needed to, or to make like perfect charges. So I always had the blue in there.
Yeah.
Then I also played 4 Hand Down Announcer.
Yeah.
I think I probably used it as a negate twice in every game, maybe less. I would always play it to draw 2 cards, and then I would just flute it back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Play a lot of Pan.
Yes, I hope so.
Talent Pan. Most of the time she was a charge. If I ever did play her, I didn't really use it to self-wicken too much, just because I knew my opponents were gonna swing into me.
Yeah.
It was just pretty cool to do with Hand Down Announcer on 2 mana to draw 2 cards.
Yes. Yeah.
And then she would always bounce back to your hand at the end of the turn.
And with the hands up announcer, you could always find it for blue energy too. So.
Yeah. Play 4 of top of his game, Sun Gohan. You could play any of them that came out in World Tournament. I just chose this one because it's the top of his game.
Yeah,
I wanted
exactly.
to be on top of the game. I played 2 Pseudo Champas. It also has World Tournament, so it made it easy to search for it and whatnot. I only played it as a 2 because I didn't want it to be too cloggy at like 3 or 4 of. Since I was a blue leader, why not just play 4 Unyielding Trunks?
Yep.
When you combo with it, you get to untap one of your mana. That's only during your turn, though. That is quite a ruling I had there.
Yeah.
Then I also played 4 Raging Spirit Gohan. For the early game, if I didn't play anything turn 1, or if I knew I was playing against something that was super aggro, I would just combo it into play during my opponent's turn. It helped out a lot. Put on pressure early game and whatnot. Comes some of the best cards in my deck. Played 4.
Ooh, all SPRs too, man.
Played 4 of the SPR Hercule. A lot of people were sleeping on this.
So what's he do, real quick, for people who don't know this?
So what he does, he has a free combo, a 5. He has barrier, and then when you play 4-drop Pan, that also comes in this set, you get to draw 2 cards, and at the end of your turn, hence at the end of your turn, you get to untap a mana, and he's 10k.
Yeah.
Most of my turn 3s, yes, I did drop this.
Yeah.
Unless I was going against the super aggro matchup. To combo with him, I also had
All SPRs again, man.
I had to.
Yeah.
3 of the Proudest Daughter Pan. She automatically has dual attack. There's nothing needed for that. She's 15. But if I already had Hercule set up, then permanent, she gets 10,000 and she gains double strike. So she can put on 4 damage, 25k. I think I had 2 or 3 different opponents actually have to read the combo because they had no idea what it was.
Yeah, no one's playing
So
it.
like you said at the very beginning, it was a black sheep. That's probably what got me most of my games is they just didn't know.
Yeah.
Every blue leader should be playing at least 3 to 4 of this Vegito.
Definitely.
If you don't know what it does, permanent, when it's rested, it gains barrier and your opponent can't attack your leader. It doesn't say it has to attack this, but most people are going to be aiming at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much free.
Yeah, it helps you set up for your big swing turn too with Panic.
Yeah. I know this was a lot of inbreeding, like at locals and whatnot, but then it also helped me realize how much I just hate dealing with barrier cards.
Yeah.
They would just let a combo killer sit there and whatnot. I didn't want to deal with any of that. So I put in 2 of this. It's the Super Saiyan Bardock. For overwhelm 4, tap 1. He can be 30,000 and he can swing into active cards.
Yeah. Really good for getting around those barrier cards. So.
Hell yeah. And then I also had 3 Super Saiyan 3 Sun Goku. It has barrier itself, it has double strike, and then also I get to choose one of my opponent's cards and ignore its barrier and bounce it back to their hand. That's another card that I just loved in like blue-green starter coup matchups. I really just don't like barrier cards,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I always
Get
have to
rid
get
of
rid
the
of them.
analyzer, right?
Always. Or the Kami's power, so
Yes.
I can keep my board up.
Definitely.
I don't want my pans to be just easily popped.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 cards of my main, Scientist Fu.
Yeah.
Didn't really matter about the draw power. I had draw power already in my deck. Scientist Fu is just a double striker.
Yeah.
You could give me any double striker and that would have been perfect. I'll probably be switching these out for the Dimensional Fus, the one that just negate all abilities for 2 turns.
Yeah.
That's just going to help so they can't use super combos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And since you're mid-range, getting to turn 6 isn't really outrageous too.
Yeah.
So. All right, and what's in the side?
In my side, this is the Masked Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior. It's to go against like announcer decks or probably like a mirror match or something like that, just to clear a board. I get to warp everything. What is it?
Everything
Up to the total
without
cost
blocker.
of 5, as long as it doesn't have blocker or I guess barrier also.
Yeah.
And then I played 3 and 3 of both Tests of Strength, Goku, and Oob. The reason these are in my side is because I really just want to play the Hercule Pan, and I feel like those are better in a lot more matchups. I would always swap into this, maybe game 2, probably game 3. Most of the time it was game 2, I'd switch into this so I could throw my opponent off of the Hercule Pan, because most of the time they would side in, they mostly side for the Hercule Pan. So if I threw this in, they had no idea what was going on because they didn't see any of these cards game 1.
Yeah. Hercule Pan goes off on turn 4. This goes off on 3. So they, don't expect it that way.
So the Goku just says put in Oob, and if you do, he gets 5k, Oob gets 5k. Oob says if you get put into play by this Goku, you get to choose 2 of the cards that are 20,000 or less and just put them to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. Very strong.
Very, very strong. I didn't know how prominent Shugesh was going to be, so for my side, put in 2 of Time Creator. I don't know how to say her first name, not gonna lie. And then also 2 Corona. The reason I didn't just play 4 Corona is because the Time Creator one also just says you can search your deck for any black card that's 3,000 or less. So I could search out for my announcers and play them because they aren't specified by playing from your hand. So like if I did have a side against Shugesh and I didn't see this first, I could go into the Time Creator. If I did see her and I see Time Creator later, then I could just call an announcer for free and put this back into my deck. It just works out so well inside. Then I also sided 2 Mafua, strongest negate, because it gets around barrier and whatnot, because it doesn't target. And then I also had 2 of Wiss's Creation, just to be able to untap the mana so I can use like my latent ability or any other card to combo with after I've already negated for later on.
Nice. And any memorable matchups? Real quick, what were your 6 rounds or 5 rounds?
Yes, my 5 rounds. Yeah, so I started with the bye, like you said. Round 2, I went against what is it called? Ultimate Box Vegeta. That was a really fun matchup. He played 8-drop green one that would sit there and blow up my field or discard my hand. Kind of a hard matchup. Then I played against the Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan Trunks, the black one.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that, so I wasn't the only black sheep there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I played against 2 different Hercule decks, and I think that was it because it was 5 rounds. The first Hercule deck I did lose to because I did no testing at all. I literally showed up the day of with this deck just randomly built.
Yeah, the minute of.
Yeah. So I had no idea what Hercule did, and then after I took that 1 L, I promised myself I wasn't going to take the L again. My last round I played against Hercule, beat it in game 3.
Nice.
I played 3 Hercules in 1 turn and then also a pan, so I drew 6 and whatnot, beat him in the hand advantage.
Yeah, definitely. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing your deck, and I'll see you at Nationals.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.